Hello. Welcome to the Morgeez podcast. My name is Christopher Odiley, and this is Voice of the Underground. I had my man in the building, Snac Matic, to be precise. I know this artist has been in and out of all of these things. He's done it all: mixtapes, performances, shows, locally, nationally. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pleasure to present to you Snac Matic. Yo, Snac Matic.
Yeah,
how y'all doing, man?
I'm great. Thank you for the warmest welcome I've ever heard. Yeah, man, you honor me, no doubt. You honor me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Welcome, man.
Yeah.
Snac, man. A couple of people have been wondering because when I play your joint in the car, I got people saying like, no, who's this artist? Who's this dude, man? This dude is dope, man. Mm-hmm. And I knew a couple of other people that have been riding with your music for a couple of years now or times now. Yeah. Can you please tell us exactly what you're up to, what you've been doing right now, and what they can expect from you or something like that?
All right,
just a little bit about who you are, man.
Who I am. Snac Matic is a dude from Alexandra #1 township out here, man. I grew up there, born and bred, made moves elsewhere, but still came back to the hood, and I've always loved it dearly. I've been in the game for a while now. Started around 2001, where I started writing my own scripts, whereby maybe a few years before we were just reciting other artists, lyrics and stuff over their beats, etc. And worked with a whole lot of cats in the game, some still on it, some have fell off. Did a couple of mixtapes, first with MFC, which was my previous crew, with my cousin Cameron. And I went solo, did a project called Street Corner Love.
And talking about MMC, you gotta come on. What happened to the group?
MFC. I guess we grew apart. Everybody started looking at other avenues of opportunities, etc. So yeah, that's what it is. So he actually moved out. My dude moved out the province. And our producers, some of them went with him, and some stayed behind. So the energy and the whole crew just fell off.
Is it? And then talking about energy and all that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know, or maybe your fans will be very keen to know, is that who were some of those people that you were listening to, some of the artists that you were listening to that actually get you motivated?
Oh yeah. I was listening to Prophets of the City. I was listening to Ammunition. I was listening to Keith Murray. I was listening to Busta Rhymes. A whole lot of bad boy artists. Craig Mack, Biggie. I was listening to Park. So yeah, man, I was listening to Fushinikins, Loonies. A whole lot of cats. Sean Price. It goes deep.
Man.
Even Mace. I listen to Mace. So those are the couple that I grew up listening to, man.
This Delic thing. What exactly is Delic thing? Delic.
Oh, Delic, basically, how Delic came into play, let me tell you. My name is Snac, right? And before I put the Matic inside, after it, I just went as Snac.
All right.
But without the K, so it's SNAC. And my dudes from #1 TNZ, that's the first crew that I was rolling with. When we started doing music.
Who's #1? What did you call that again?
11 teens.
You see, you have to really open up because a couple of people want to know exactly who Snac Matic is.
Straight out.
You see that we never even heard of 1110 before.
No, it's straight
now that you brought it up, what was 1110? When did it get started or something?
11 teens was a crew of 11 people. So what happened is we formed a record label stable, and we called it 11 teens because once I had to take take people in the car all the way from Rosebank to Bryanston and Rand Park Ridge. So like everyone was packed up, sitting on top of each other in the back seat, and some in the boot. You know, luckily we didn't get caught by police. It was a quiet night. So and we were all teenagers back then. So,
all right, I guess
so
that.
yeah, that's when it came to be. Like the next day, everybody was chilling, reminiscing on the previous night and all the occurrences, and you know, doing ciphers and working on beats, and everybody was like, "Yo, we had 11 teenagers in the car, and we still made it to our destination." And that's when it sparked, and we called it 11 Teens /11 TNZ. And yeah, so when I started off then, it was with that crew. Yeah, so that's where it's at.
Okay. Basically, did you guys actually drop something out then? Like did you put out any joint, 11 Teens or something?
Yes,
like,
we did. We put out, we were working on a project then, and we were like 28 to 32 tracks deep.
All right.
And we had put out a couple of singles then, and one of them got played on YFM.
Okay.
And yeah, and the streets were loving the project because we used to share, you know, our music everywhere we went. We were quite active then, you know, the movement was very, very strong.
What can you say about the rest members of, in short, the MFC?
Yeah.
What we know that, okay, a couple of the guys and you guys, like everybody has, like, you know, find a little opportunity here and there, and split the group and all that.
Yeah.
Immediately after MFC, what did you get yourself into?
Immediately after MFC, I started wanting to push independently.
Okay.
So I was going around trying to find like, you know, good energies that I can work with.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So yeah, I went to Sean Page's Ammunition. I went to Della, his cousin. Went to Bongani Fasi.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, a whole lot more. You know, JC's is actually still currently working with me now. So trying to find myself in a home, you know, because I have to start from scratch now.
Okay.
And at that point, I wasn't settled, and that's when I actually got my firstborn.
No, is it?
Yeah, my firstborn, surprisingly.
All right. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And then at that time, I was like, okay, this music thing is not really surfacing at the moment. So what am I gonna do? You know? So I started getting into the corporate environment.
All right.
But still being active, doing music here and there. So I recorded quite a few tracks with all these different type of people, but nothing actually materialized.
All right.
Yeah.
So talking about corporate environment, what exactly? Because I understand that, you know, you be like, you know, because I was wondering,
Yeah.
you know, you're an artist, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I've seen so many things that you set up in the hood.
Yeah.
That you know, a couple of artists wouldn't even be dreaming about. But I guess maybe that's coming out from your association with the corporate environment. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
What I have running up right now. The corporate environment that I actually went into was actually customer service.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I worked for a call center, but then, you know, it was paying the bills.
Okay.
You know, and it was actually getting me to actually establish exactly what I wanted to do musically in the industry, independently.
All right.
You know, so that also helped in mobilizing things a little more quicker. You know, so I started putting together open mic sessions.
Okay.
You know, I started doing certain events around the Rosebank in the north area, Sampson, Randburg, etc. So yeah, I started getting into events deeper, so that made a bigger paycheck.
Okay.
And started setting my studio up, and from there I dabbled into radio. You know.
Yeah, you know, I feel that.
Yeah. So I went to LXFM.
Is it?
Yeah, and then as well that when I dropped the project Street Corner Love, I could actually now market myself more, you know, efficiently. And,
all right.
You know, and also make trips out of
Johannesburg or something.
Johannesburg. You know, go out to different provinces and different locations, and present my art. So so that's basically.
Okay, I see. Basically, like I was going through some of the stuffs, some of your articles and stuff and everything. I understand that you try to put up some kind of summit to actually help the kids in your hood to, I don't know what that is all about, but I know you put up some kind of music summit on the to actually give back to your community or something.
Yes, no, definitely, because on a daily basis when I be walking around, driving around the hood, and setting up meetings and all of that, I'm seeing what is killing our hood, from substance abuse, people not staying in school, doing reckless stuff, smoking, and then goes into drugs, so this here is actually taking effect within the hip hop community itself, whereby these young boys want to emulate what they see on the screens, on the black box, television, and coincidentally, yesterday I was at a poetry session, and one of the poets actually called it a tele-live vision.
Okay.
But our people start believing it, and it's affecting everybody. Young and old, whereby you put into a pressure of wanting to live up to a certain expectation or status. And these kids now get sucked into what these rappers are doing, what these reality TV characters are getting up to. And then they get accustomed to smoking, whether it's marijuana, and then this liquid thing called lean, codeine, and then alcohol as well, and then whereby they stay away from the extra
classes
classes, and then they skip school now, what I mean, and so it's damaging the community. So with this a hip hop summit, because I see them, the majority of them that I actually interact with are affected by that. So I'm trying to give them the tools, the structure, and the
knowledge and all
and
that,
the knowledge and everything else.
That's the only thing you can do, man. That's the best thing you can do, man. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, thanks.
I thought that was dope, and we should actually talk about it, because as we grow up, as we grow in this industry, we actually need to look out for the community that actually raised us, and most of the times, I always get motivated by people who actually take up projects. As I know the other guys, they want to give up giving food parcels and stuff. That's part of it, but but I would really be down with guys who, like you, who want to take up projects that can actually empower the community where they were raised. I think empowerment is right what I'm trying to do.
Yes, that's the powerful word.
Yes.
So because you can go out there and do these food runs. You know what I mean? Donate whatever you need to donate.
Exactly.
But you haven't instilled anything in someone's mind.
Exactly.
You understand? You just gave them. You put charity. You didn't give them what do you call this? The means of going out to fish.
Exactly.
You understand?
I think 2019 going forward, that's a route everybody needs to take.
Of course.
Speaking of empowerment, my man, tell us exactly what we should be expecting from your projects and all that. What's going on? People are keen to know exactly what's the journey, the journey from now on.
Yes.
What's
right now, I'm furiously pushing the EP, Delic Love EP.
Okay. And how's that doing anyway?
It's doing great. I did it the old school way, where I was selling records out the boot.
That's honest, man. Man, you really need to take a stand, man.
Yeah.
You remember our intro? It says, some of your artists need to take the bold steps.
Exactly.
That's what separates you from success and failure.
Yeah.
And putting out your record, actually putting out your record on air, putting it in the booth to get it out to sell.
This is it.
This is it, man.
Carpet.
It doesn't get any better than that. That's the poster that I'm talking about.
Hey, I appreciate
that's the poster that gets you off the ground. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Straight up, taking the first step, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Stay off the corner, make moves, wake up.
Exactly.
I always say I live by the 3 W's. It's wake up, work out, and work hard.
Wow.
And hashtag keep it Dalek. And keeping it Dalek, keeping it Dalek is just doper than what the name Snack comes from, because they started calling me Delicious out from the name Snack.
All right.
They're like, yo, where you get all these honeys from, man? You must be delicious. I'm like,
tell us about, talking about Dalek and all that, I also, I think how many tracks EP is that again? How many tracks?
It's 9 tracks.
Okay, good. I just want your peeps to hear from your mouth straight. Now, the Dalek album is out.
Yeah.
And I'm urging all of your fans and wannabe fans to go get it right away.
Straight up.
All right.
Yeah.
And speaking of empowerment, I heard that you said that you have some project that you are running with LXFM. Yeah. Can you perhaps tell us a little bit about that? Just a little bit of snippet about that.
All right. With LXFM, we're on every Friday from 7 till 9 p.m. Right? And the show is called The Mixtape.
Wow.
And we're digging in the crates.
Wow, man. That's really giving back to the community, man.
Straight up. So everybody that is want to be on air and be put on a dope platform to actually market themselves and let the masses hear about their journey musically can come through. It's open to everybody, the community of Alex. And what we've actually done as well is that taking it a step further, whereby on Saturdays we now have something called the Mixtape Live.
All right.
Whereby all these kids and everybody that wants to display their art can come through. We set a stage for them and they can perform their music and sell their music and liaise with other people within the industry and network and just push growth.
Wow. And this is happening every Saturday.
This is happening every Saturday at Stoop 15, which is number 123 15th Avenue, Alexandra.
Wow.
From 5:30 until 2 a.m.
Okay, can you repeat that? The place is called Stoop 15.
Stoop 15, yes, it's in Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Number 123 15th Avenue.
That's number 123 15th Avenue.
15th Avenue, yes, sir.
All right, and it's happening every Saturday.
Every Saturday, yeah. So everyone can come through. It's like the Mixtape Live in conjunction with Dalek Saturday Vibes, and we up in there doing the most.
Okay.
Straight up.
So let's say, for example, like within your body of work.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say, whom would you like to see in your album or your EP? I understand you were featuring Tory Black.
Yeah.
Who's Tory Black? Tory Black is featuring in your is it the Big Guns or?
He's featured in Black Swan.
In Black Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Black Swan and why did you feature Tory Black?
Oh man, how Black Swan came to be is that Tory is a young artist from Alex, right?
Yep. All right.
And I met him through a friend of ours, Tony,
okay,
who is a cricket coach. So he works with young youth as well.
Okay.
And Tony was like, "Yo, man, I have this boy that wants to get into the industry. He's nice with the raps, he sings, etc. Please meet up with him." And for about 3 months, Tory's been hitting me up until I called him up one day. I'm like, "Yo, Tory, tomorrow I'm having a recording session with Gato." DJ Gato produced that track actually.
Okay.
And please come through and sit in and we can talk about what you want to do. And then he showed up. I'm in the middle of recording this track, Black Swan, and he says he's got an idea.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, yo, what's the idea? So he's like, I've been sitting here and I wrote something, and he's like, okay, can you please play back the beat? So we played the beat back, and Gato and I are sitting there. We're like, okay, we kind of wait to hear what he's got, and because he was chilling there, just chilled in the corner, quiet, and he surprised us as soon as he dropped that.
Wow.
Like.
Yeah, but I thought his bars were dope.
And the hook was crazy. I was like, whoa, wait, hold on.
I feel it.
I like that, but let's edit it here, edit it there, and then put it together. You can go on, and that's how the magic actually came to be.
Black Swan was born.
Black Swan was born.
I mean, you touched a little bit about We all know it's a legendary. Without due respect, is godfather of hip hop in this country. I don't know who's gonna stand up to Amo when it comes to hip hop.
They call him the principal.
Apparently, some of the old cats would like to get jealous as well, but please don't be jealous. I know I haven't seen this cat face to face, but this dude, man, he's won my heart, and I got a lot of respect for his work, his attitude, his approach, and everything. I watch him from the side. Can you tell us a little bit your journey with Amo, please?
It's been quite a brief journey, but when it comes to actually working together.
Yeah, exactly.
But with Amo, I met him in Joburg back in the day, like the late 90s.
Wow.
And early 2000s, between the period, we used to go through a club called The Club.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was in there operating with one of the dopest cats within the industry, you know what I mean?
Okay.
DJ Blaze, Bionic, even Ace of Spades, who is now known as Osmic, who hosts the Back to the City festivals, on an annual basis. So with Amo, he was all up in there with Selvin and a guy called Shimani, and there's someone else that I'm forgetting. His name is Sandy. What did he call himself? I forgot his name. Yeah, but I'll remember it. Please pardon me.
It's part of it, man. Time, man.
So there it used to be like a daytime club.
Okay.
So we'll be up in there from midday and then leave on about 6 o'clock.
All right.
And then they will be all up on stage, rapping, and then this guy has this bravado, and his energy was just live. Oh man, so I started, digging him and emulating him, behind the scenes, etc. And then he released a project there, and I was like, oh, that's the same guy, he had dreadlocks then, you know what I mean? And I was like, yo, this is Ammunition. And then fast forward mid 2000, I meet his cousin, Della, and Della's like, yo, we need to go to Amo's studio. So we go up in there. And he was working with Selvin then,
all right.
And when we all up in there, we arrive and they pulling out the yard, and they're like, oh no, we just wrapped up some couple of things. We're stepping up, but we're coming back.
All right.
They leave and not come back. And then
wow.
and Stella's like, forget that. Let's go work on our stuff. We go work with Stella at Stella's studio, and then a week later, Amo hears this track.
Wow.
It was called Then and Now.
Wow.
And Amo was like, wait, I was supposed to be the one producing that track? So they're like, yeah, and you missed out. And then from there, he calls us back in. And when I arrived there, I meet an old friend of mine from the Eastern Cape, She-Dog. Oh. And she is all up in there recording a track called It Is That Beat, And that's when Amo was like, oh man, this is family right here. You know the people I know, we know the people you know. So we need to work together.
That's how you guys all
that's how it was. But we never actually got to work together because he got busy with Selvin and the rest of the stuff. All other artists.
Let's just talk about now. I know you've already explained yourself about Tory Black and everything. Yeah. Let's say in this new generation, this new crop of hip hop acts, in the country right now, whom would you say, like, no, I want to put this guy on my joint?
I'd first get an Amo production, which we actually recently spoke about at Double HP's memorial.
Okay.
When he passed on. I first hit him up with it at Pro Kids Memorial. It's crazy. We always meet at these places recently. So I say to Amo, yo, Amo, I still need that beat. He's like, yeah, cool.
That you think
I'll hit you up.
Still have what it takes to rap in this new generation?
I definitely think he does. He does. And then as well, who I would feature as
Exactly,
well on
yeah.
that same track.
Yes.
On Amo's production would be a guy called TP. I'd like him to be on the vocals.
Is it?
If I'm not sure if you've heard about TP.
Okay.
He's a beautiful, beautiful vocalist.
All right.
And he's taken his hiatus, but he's worked with Glitz Gang. He's worked with Bongan Fasi. He's worked with Sean Pages. He's part of Glitz Gang. He's worked with Double HP and all these people.
Sorry to catch you because I really need to ask this before I forgot it.
Yeah.
Is that, because when I listen to your joint, I hear a lot of, soul.
Yeah.
You hit me with a lot of soul, and it's something that you hardly find in all of these hip hop joints these days. Where did you get that from? This soul, hip hop, R&B? Because you actually remind me of this question, because when you mentioned this guy that is a dope vocalist, and I said, oh wow, I thought I should just throw this in now.
Yes.
Where did you get that from?
Oh, I think I got that from my grandmother.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when
Granny, thank you.
Thank you, Granny Connie. They call him Usis Connie in the hood.
All right.
My grandmother owned a tavern, and a lot of dudes and peeps around the neighborhood would actually come through from 5th and 4th Avenue and sit out and drink, And that's actually how she got us through school, all of that.
All right.
There, she'll play such beautiful music, and on vinyls,
Wow.
she's like on records. She'll play some Teddy Pendergrass. She'll play some what's this? Who's this guy? Ronald Isley, the Isley Brothers, Brooke Benton. She loved Brooke Benton. A whole lot more. So there, I would actually watch them, from, the corner right there, and see how much they were enjoying that, the music, singing along to that. So I guess that's where the soul came into play. And then after that, I started listening to a lot of projects coming from Brooklyn, from Jay Dilla and the Rockers movement, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, etc.
Yo, man, you got E, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You got E and you got a taste, man.
Thank you so much. And I started actually going that path, that boom bap path, and the sing-alongs, because I used to love the sing-alongs. I felt like even when I listen to house music, I don't enjoy it unless it has that vocal and something behind.
I feel that. I guess you and I can be on the same boat.
Straight, definitely. We're on the same train of thought.
Man. The Snac Matic, man. I can't lie to you. I just want to tell you that I'm a fan of your work. Yeah. The charismatic posture of your work. It tells a lot that you're one of those artists that people shouldn't be underrating. People should actually get out and and ride with you. Yeah. I can't wait to experience your big live concert.
Oh man!
Yeah. Speaking of big live concert, please can you just can you let us know some any little thing coming up in that direction or something?
Oh yeah. It's crazy. Last year on the 25th of December, I did the DJ Shimza's one-man show.
Okay.
That was really live. The crowd was mad hectic. I had never performed with such a big crowd.
Wow.
And then what's coming up next? Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on getting onto the Back to the City stage, which happens annually on Freedom Day, the 27th of September. So, yeah, I'm sure I'm definitely working on getting onto that. I'm also putting together something that's called the Delic Experience, which is going to be in our neighborhood in Alex, at the Alexandra Stadium.
And one thing, I'm going to just throw this in. I really do appreciate your love for your hood, man.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't come easy, and it doesn't come like, people won't just want to fly away from the hood, but people like you standing in the hood, everything they do in the hood, and getting famous from the hood, touching the world from the hood. Man, I give it up to you on that, man.
Appreciate that. And another thing that's also coming, it's on the 6th of April, which is the Alexandra Music Festival.
Wow.
AMF. Yeah. Okay. It's happening that day. So yeah, if you're looking about big stages, talking about big stages, you can definitely find me on that one as well.
Cool.
But the major one to look forward to is in September with the Alexandra Hip Hop Summit. We're gonna have a big stage set up for that as well. So we're gonna have workshops that are gonna be running for about 2 weeks or so, and at the end of it, we celebrate with one of the biggest stages that's gonna happen in Alex for hip hop.
For real, man. Snac Matic, man. You actually hitting me at the right place, man.
I feel
and
you.
My chest is beating fast. You know what I mean? My heart is beating fast. Not my chest, sorry. My heart is beating fast.
I'm sorry.
Man. So let's say, for example, would you? Let's say apart from writing songs, because I can say from the content in your work, your music, tells me that you are a good writer. You write your songs. Do you kind of seek help when you try to write your lyrics, or is there anything that drives you to write a particular song that you want people to know about or something?
I actually never get assistance with my lyrics.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I write them all by myself.
Okay.
Someone would say, how about this type of melody? Then I'll write according to that melody.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The producer suggests it, or someone that's on a feature was suggested, etc. And then your last question was...
what drives you to like?
What drives me? What drives me is my life's experiences.
All right.
My life's experience. I can't write anything but what I feel.
Okay.
Or what I see. Or what I've actually dreamt. My aspirations, etc. Or how if I feel how to motivate myself, or the youth, or anybody else that's going through a certain situation out there that I feel I need to speak to or reach out to. That's basically it. I write from
the heart, straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart.
That's how it is, man. How it is, man. Snac Matic. One more time. Give it up for Snac Matic, yo. Snackadelic, yo.
Thank you, man.
Yo, man. Snac Matic. I can't. I really cannot have enough words to express how much joy you have already given me today, and I can tell you that this is voice of the underground. All right, but from everything that I've been hearing from you, that's why I said I really do not know what the meaning of underground is.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still searching for the answer. And
I don't think anybody does.
Maybe you can give me the answer. Maybe you can. Just can you give me something about it, like your country, what you understand by this underground thing?
Well, my perception of it, my idea of it is that it was basically that phrase, or should I say, was actually derives from music that has not been on the mainstream.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That has not been played on radio, that has not been televised, that has not been put on world stages. So it's people that are doing it from just the street, you know what I mean? And within the community. And it's always been quite provocative, or not easy
kind
to
of
the ear.
Demeaning or something?
Not even demeaning. I'll even say that it's something that the mainstream is not accustomed to hearing, or some of them don't want to hear, because the concept and should I say what's the word that I'm looking for? Subject matters.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Are deeper than what you hear on radio or see on TV. Because hip hop itself was birthed by people wanting to have a voice within their community, and they dealt with very devastating matters, socially, economically, politically, matters that they needed a voice to be heard, to cry out and say, hey man, listen to what we're saying out here. You know, our people are going through this and this and this and this. And it was also used to motivate and teach, and also to reach out and mobilize certain movements within communities for people to actually get alleviated from what they were going through.
That's right. They said this journey of a million miles begins with a step, man. That's my man Snac Matic putting it down, man.
So that's why I would say the underground was birthed in that aspect. You know what I mean? So, and I'm glad now the underground has actually surfaced.
Apparently.
Yeah, it definitely has surfaced because who would have dreamed that we would have Common, you know, who was then known as Common Sense, you know, now listen to in the mainstream of things, you know, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, you know, Sean Price, all of those people, you know, even themselves, prophets of the city were underground when they started, but they did wonders for our industry, you understand? And Ishmael is one of the products that came from that, so salute.
Speaking of Ishmael, now let's go to some serious things that's happening around, you know, like you know, we've got summer coming up, we've got Cotton Fest coming up, we've got Casper returning from hip hop to what do you call it? Kwaito. Yeah. You know, I mean, we've got AKA winning Sound City MVP awards in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, we've got, you know, Aries jumping off Ambitious.
Yes.
And we've got MT blapping about Ambitious same time.
Yeah.
You know, we've got Ricky Rick, you know, rumors having it like, you know, beef with Casper or something. I mean, what exactly is striking your heart right now in the hip hop community in this country?
Oh, what's striking my heart?
Yes.
Oh man, it's how the industry, you know, the hip hop community is now able to put a roof over their head, take their babies to school and college, you know, how they pulling in those endorsements, you know what I mean, building their mothers' houses, buying them cars, taking them out of poverty, investing back, you know what I mean, putting them young kids that are coming out on the same platform that so they can do the same thing. That's what's beautiful about our culture right now.
100.
I think we've reached a level whereby people appreciate us as an art form and are taking us serious. You know what I mean? We've
100.
got real issues to put out there and discuss, you know, and let people eat. And that's what's beautiful about it.
Awesome.
What's not beautiful is that within the same movement, we have animosity.
Of course.
Which actually...
don't you think animosity is part of life? Because people just can't be at peace. At, you know, dealing, darling, you know, 100%. Year in, year out. I don't think life can be smooth like
sailing all the time.
Oh, come on, man.
True. I definitely appreciate it. It's part of life. And of course, certain energies that are negative will come into play. Yes. But I feel that we are not big enough to have the level of animosity that we're feeling right now.
But don't you think that helps us to sell record anyway?
Of course, to certain aspects it does, you know what I mean? And then again, you know, you see if it does have a balance. Now,
but personally, I actually want more controversies, more beefs. This is me. This is me. This is what I think. Because I mean, for me, this is what I'm thinking. All right. Remember, this question is all about, you know, what's happening in our industry and how what we feel. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that our industry is too quiet, that we don't have no more beef to sell records.
Okay, I feel you.
We don't have beef.
We don't have more beef to sell records.
We don't have beef to pull concerts.
Okay.
Beefs pull concerts.
Yes.
If you having your, for example, I was like, I was really loving the beef between AK and Casper.
Yeah.
And this rumor of Casper and Ricky Rick, I just want it to be even more intense so that people. Okay.
You just want drama, man. In the sense that it will bring in more sales for either artist, that's good, and keep us entertained.
Except this long time, Steve Hoffmeyer has tweeted about race or something.
Yeah.
So nothing for the media to ride with.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing becomes too dull or something. Don't you think so?
That's why I'm saying you don't want no dullness. You want drama. No, I definitely hear what you say. We have to be kept in the loop and kept excited, etc. But at the same time, let me say this.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're looking at an example, right, with worldwide, and especially coming from the US, all these people get co-signed. All these stables and these music groups come together for a greater good of selling more records and putting out stages and filling in arenas and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I need more from peeps right now. I need people to work hand in hand with each other to further grow the industry to that level whereby the richest artist is not just earning 4 million. What's 4 million?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I want it to sit at 40. You know what I mean? I need Forbes lists.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. Open major corporation that would,
we would definitely give that, man. We would definitely give that.
Yeah. So, but more beef in the meantime.
No, man. Snac Matic, I couldn't have, had it and unless it's someone that's better than you on this seat right now. Snac Matic, beyond your body of work, I guess you are a very intelligent young man, and I really do hope that you move further and further in this career, your music career, your community service, your summits, all of the things that you've actually put together. I really want to see you excel in all of them.
Yes, sir.
And I know a couple of your fans out there, and the new people who want to be your fans also just want to maybe they would like to know what exactly you want to add to this whole thing from your mind. This is not a question. This is just what exactly you want to add that you want people to know about you that hasn't been put out there before. Yeah, this is from straight from your heart. We want to know.
Oh, well, the main thing about me that has not been put out there is that I'm about to be the greatest rapper that's gonna come out of.
That's my man. That is really what I'm talking about. There we
That's
go.
what it is.
There we go. There we go.
I'm about to eat everybody up. You know what I mean? And I'm talking numbers. I'm talking sales. I'm talking world stages. I'm talking putting kids up, and I'm talking about collaboration, major collaboration. Shout out to Questa for what he's doing. Shout out to Nesta C for what he's doing. Shout out to Stogie T and everybody else that's making sure that we grow up. And everybody else is doing the most about co-signing and putting us on the world stages. And we need bigger ones.
Exactly.
Now we need bigger ones. We need to take over. You know what I mean? And we have to get all these artists out here and be at the stages and be the people that are supporting artists. We have to be at the forefront out here and let them be the supporting artists. So yeah, expect the most from me. Expect my EP out there. I'm shooting videos for every track. All the 9 tracks that are on there,
wow.
I'm getting videos shot
100,
for.
Man.
I'm collaborating with a lot of cats from around, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Expect dope collaborations. I'm not gonna drop any names right now. I wanna excite people.
Good.
I'm also working on the Delic Experience, which is also a documentary that's gonna come out.
Okay.
Called Street Corner Love,
right.
Delic Chronicles. I'm working on a theater production.
Wow.
So if you take, it's like a hip hop opera.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? So a story about our hood is definitely going to be told there.
All right.
And each and every artist and where they come from is going to be displayed there. We're going to do it at the Olive Theater in Alex.
Wow. You've got your hands full, man. Snac Matic, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, man. I want to thank you for coming through to the Morgeez podcast.
Yeah.
You know, no doubt, Voice of the Underground is lit today with Snac Matic. You know?
I'm loving it. I'm ecstatic right now. Voice of the Underground.
Yeah, this is Voice of the Underground. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Snac Matic has got new article out at Morgeez magazine. Go to morgeez.com, click on magazine, search for Snac Matic. His article is featured on the magazine. And you go to Morgeez Records, Morgeez music promotion platform for free streaming. You have access to stream this great album, this great EP that we'll be talking about right here. You actually have the access to download free copies, man. How good Snac Matic could be. You know, he gives you some free copies to download free of charge. You go to morgeez.com now and grab your download for free. And when you do that, after that, you send Snac Matic a shout out on Twitter. Is
at Snac Matic, which is SNACMATIC, and that it's like that on every other social platform, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, hit me out there. Yeah, yo, you can Google me. There's more work up in there. Check me out and check what I'm about to do. That's what it is.
Google him. That's what it is. Google him. Please, can you also give out your contact number, the one that people can actually reach you on in case of these other people who can, like, you know, let's go.
Yeah, for bookings on actually, and also getting the project, they can hit me up on the, my email is deliclm@gmail.com. That's deliclm@gmail.com. And the number that you can contact me on is 071-477-4794.
There you have it. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Christopher Odiley, and this is Voice of the Underground. Signing off.
I know I'm nice, I just need the spice. That's so exciting, like riding a bike for the first time, like she was born a dyke. Shorty is a dime, but shorty ain't mine. I dig it deep, look how she shines. She put that eagle on me, mommy's size fly. I'm skyscraper high, lungs on the Philly. All habits die hard, Red Willis. What you talking about? Snack toothpaste. Haters can't confirm me, Snack toothpaste. She spotted me from the floor when I came through. So thrilled like Mike put her on the moon. Look how she grooves, she show improve. Black swan on the dance floor, stick and move. The whole club supports her, she got that nice aura. Real flavor, so deli, got a place in order.
I've been watching you working on the dance floor, and I've been hoping if a nigga could come get on. I got a room, we can go and set a pole. I like to see how you work it on the pole. Drop it down for a real G. I hold it down, that's for real G. I got dreams and I'm finna be with you. Nightmares, bad dreams ain't for you.
She takes it up, down, side to side. You know, she moves it all around and makes the party wild. She takes it